Okay, this is the green bag that was in the haul that Penny sent. So excited. Thank you so much, Penny. There's scissors. So we're going to cut down this bag, and there's only one of them in this color. So I'm gonna make as much yardage out of this as I can, which means it's going to be really, really small when we spin it up. Got to set the timer. I'm only allowed 10 minutes at a time. 15 minutes is all that YouTube will let me upload at a time right now. So I'm setting the timer for 10 minutes. It gives me time to finish up when the timer rings and not overrun my 15 minutes. Yeah, I think probably just because we're such a new channel. So anyway, the Mint Cube bag, Pet Supplies Plus, shout out, thank you. Okay, so we open the bag up. And this is going to be such a pretty, pretty green. Then we're going to fold the bag up to here. Let's get our cutting mat out so that it'll be easier to work with, and we can measure. So when Becky sent me some money for my recycling effort with this, I used it to get, among other things, a cutting mat, so I won't ruin my mother's furniture. And I think we're going to cut these at 1/2 inch because we're going to do really, really little ones to get as much yardage out of this as I can. Doesn't have to be perfect. It's just a rough thing here. And then we're going to spin it skinny, skinny. It's going to be like, more like embroidery floss than yarn, really. And we can use that to, you can use it to embroider. You can use it to crochet really tiny. I'm going to use it to crochet really tiny because I want to make some keychains for sale. I got to do something. I've been over 2 years now without an income, and that is getting really, really old. So we got to find something to do. So we're cutting these super skinny. There we go. Then we open out the bag. All right. I run my hand down the middle of it. We cut, remember, from the outside to the first cut on the front, and then from the first one to the next cut from the back, to cut all of these into one long ribbon. I want this to be super, super tiny once we spin it up, and I have a new spinner, so we'll show you that too. I'm really excited about the new spinners. I went and looked up Turkish spinners because, Turkish spindles for spinning. Because the last event I went to, well, the one before the last, the first event I went to, I got some alpaca wool from Lindsay. Super sweet girl. And I wanted to wait until I got good at spinning something else before I tackled this alpaca because I don't want to ruin it. It's absolutely gorgeous. I was really excited about that. She gave me 2 different colors. She had done this beautiful flame orange variegated colors of alpaca, and then this other kind of it's a light color. It's more white really, or pale yellow than anything else, but it had a lot of other stuff was in her drum carder when she did it, and so it's not as pretty, but I think I've got a good use for it that's going to be pretty. Okay, so anyway, I looked up Turkish spindles, and I couldn't find, I found lots of Turkish spindles for sale, but they're really expensive and I don't have any money. So what I did was I found a channel, and I believe I put it down in the description, that tells how to make a Turkish spindle out of these craft sticks and little bitty dowels. Now, these little bitty dowels, I've tried them with different things and different weights, and they don't take the weight well. They're very flimsy and they break. So, but I think they'll do really well with this particular plastic that we're using today because we cut it so very, very thin, right? So here we go. On a Turkish spindle, what you do is you make some kind of a loop at the bottom. So we're going to make like a crochet slip knot. And then you hook it underneath. And the way I do it makes a turtle, but upside down. You'll understand in a minute when I show you. So then you do a half hitch for the top. I think we're going to scoot these down the spindle a little bit further and give me a little more space. They have to be tight or the spindle doesn't work right. But there we go. Okay. So I'm going to spread the arms out into a cross. Again, doesn't have to be exact, it'll work. And we do a half hitch like this. Okay, so getting started, because it's a little too, oh, look there, it's going to work anyway. Here we go. I'm going to scoot the rest of this off the table so it doesn't get tangled in. It's all going to be one continuous ribbon, and that's a good thing. And see how skinny that is? Here, let me turn this over. I don't know if you can see it against this. See that okay? Yeah. You see how skinny this is? So we're going to twist it, wind it up. There we go. Getting started is more of a pain. But once you've got started and you're in the midst of it, oh man, I love these things. And it makes a center pull ball that is easy to use. Here's one. This is what it winds up looking like. And the arms will come out from here while it's on the spindle. And then you just turn it over. You kind of fish around inside here for the end of it that we put that slip knot across the bottom of the spindle. There it is. Here's the end. And this is a center pull ball. Look at that. Fantastic. I love this thing. And it naturally makes it so once you pull it off the spindle, it's already all balled up and ready to go. Okay, this is going to be a little harder to start, but this is how it works. All right? And then you take it off here, and I hold one of the paddles, one of the cross arms, and you go over one, under two, over one, under these two, over one, under two, over one, under two. So I count them 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I'm running out of spun material. So I bring it back up and I put it back on the spindle and we spin some more. And you can do this with wool fibers like sheep's wool or alpaca. You can do it with plant fibers like nettle. I've got some grapevine out there my mom wants to make into wreaths, and I want to take the fibrous bark off of it first so that I can use that as well. So we'll see how that winds up looking. We're not going to do that today, though. It's too hot out there, and I'm not going to sit in the sun and do it. We can take it off the spindle. But if you pull too hard, these little tiny spindles break, and I don't like that. So where it comes up, it's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then back on the spindle. That's it. That's how that works. So we're going to spin up this little bag of yarn into super skinny, lightweight yarn, and then we're going to find a, oh, there's the timer. We're going to find a pattern for crocheted keychains. I found a cute one for a summer hat and use this for that. So I'll catch you on the next video and I'll show you what we'll do with this.